Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to Timberborn. I'm Lavender Mama, and this is the Lavender Tower. Now, this truly unique map, I think, is going to be quite a bit of a challenge for us. How do you think we can do? Well, let's jump in. So, I made a bit of a mess up in the last episode, and we were struggling with the double bad tide and making sure we had enough water when we put this guy on disable during temperate, and because of the vast quantity of time it takes for the water to change over here, that doesn't work. So I did flip that back on. Let's go ahead and get started. We do have incoming another bad tide. That is going to let us get some of that back, but as you can see, we're starting to get the bad water creep. It's now high enough in concentration that it is starting to kill all of this stuff off, which really sucks. I'm hoping it doesn't come further than that, but it could come 8 blocks back. So 1, 2, pretty much this whole section, if it comes to it. It also means that we let all of our crops dry out, so we don't have enough food now. We are going to throw in some more storages here. And we are going to flip this one to berries, because those guys can run over there and collect a lot of berries. But look at here. We also are starting to see the contamination creep out of this area as well, which will continue out and kill off some of this stuff in here. So, blah. Kind of a bad move. These guys are keeping things full. We do have some gears in now. I think that I am going to... We've got enough in the way of lumber now that I think we're probably good. I am going to throw in a storage here. For some gears. We probably don't need that big of a storage right now, but let's keep them working on those so that we can get that going. We do have... They're still getting some water out of there. I'm not quite certain how, but they are. All right, we are going to come in here and we are going to expand our storage area. We do have the science for platforms, so I'm going to go ahead and, if I can get this land in there, we are going to go ahead and create a bit more of a storage corner over here, and try and get our production. Oh, there it is. Thank you, game, for putting that right where I didn't ask for it. I'm not quite certain why we get such a drastic... problem there. Oh, come on. We'll put one there, there, and there. That should give us... Oh my gosh, what the... Alright, so that was a 15-day bad tide. I have no doubt at all that that means that we are going to... Come on. Okay, that was really strange. It was not letting me do any of that. All right, and we will go ahead and we will do what we can in terms of filling out this area with storage. I'm gonna go ahead and... I don't know why, but all of a sudden my game is not letting me do anything. Okie dokie. Let's see here. Can I, alt and push? Okay, maybe that'll help. But I'm getting a lot of problems here with the game all of a sudden. They were quick like that and got all of that done. Let's, I'm gonna throw a platform in there. That's what I was trying to do. And then we will put in another storage right there. Very good, very nice. Okay, so let's, man, our kohlrabi storage is very minimal. You know what? Actually, let's just do blueberries around the outside. And then we'll do kohlrabi and kohlrabi. Food, we're still at 15K, which is not much of it in kohlrabi. And as you can see, we now are to the point where we've got quite a bit of badtide creep in there. It also, because we have not had decent water up in here, this whole section is dried out and not able to host any plants. We also have a lot of badtide creep over here as well. It's gonna take out a few of these berries, I think. We do still have quite a few over here that are all right, but I think we're gonna see the full extent of the badtide on this one. We're finally gonna get what I was expecting. Excuse me. And let's kohlrabi that one as well. All right, so we've had them down here working their little butts off to make us gears and plates. How are we doing? We got 26 gears. I think we probably are good on that for the moment. Let's go ahead and tell them to move this. They can move that to there. And we can start clearing out some of this. This is a lot of space down in here that I almost think we might want to... Nope, that's not what I meant to do. We might want to, like, make a housing complex down in here. Here was where I was thinking we could make a reservoir. If we ever get any clean water ever again. I mean, theoretically, we could go ahead and build something across here and then just fill it on our own until we can blow out and turn that into a thing that might be a good thing for us to try. That would host a big amount of water in this area. We'd need to come in here and remove these. I think what we need to do before that, though, is see if... No, none of that connects to anything. So we could come in there and... Oh, man, I just did it again. We could clear cut this area, build in a reservoir, and then as soon as we have dynamite, we could put in a sluice and... a sluice and... a channel to fill it when it was not in badtide, when we had clean water. Although at the rate we're going, I don't know that clean water is in our future. If we look at this, like, that is all contaminated. I mean, you can see that from the map. I'm almost thinking that rerouting our water source here is a better option, but that leaves us with no green anywhere else, I think. We are keeping some things green with our little pool over here. Although weirdly, we must have gotten to the fresh water that was in the system. And now it's flipping back to bad water. You can see it. If we look here, like we get this weird effect in here. Little pocket of fresh, a lot of pocket of bad. This also does mean that we are not getting a good production on our tree farm area. So I'm almost thinking we put in a little water dump over here. How do we want to accomplish this? If we could get up. Is there any connecting land? Not really. We don't have dirt yet, so we can't create a connecting pillar. All right, so that is out. Let's come to this level. That seems like a good level. Oops, sorry. Okay. We have gears now. Do we have enough science to get large water tanks? Storage, or I should say medium water tanks. It takes 30 planks and 20 gears. We have enough to make one, but it unlocks 300 water. We've been using a variety of these, which hold 60 water, and these, which hold 30 water. So we could conceivably turn some of these into large water tanks. All right, but I think it might behoove us to come over here and start clearing some of this stuff. So let's throw a lumberjack down in here. And we are going to cut everything that's in here. Are they going to need some stairs or some ladders or something to get into some of those? Do we even have either of those yet? We do not. We do not. We're going to go ahead and we are going to demolish some of this stuff. I'll leave those. Demolish. Okay, that looks like all of the things to get rid of. I'll just pull him a little closer. All right, we're gonna have to get unlock the stairs. And let's see here, we're gonna have to get up in here. Ladders would be so much easier, but they're so much more expensive. All right, we have 4.5 days left in this drought. In this bad time. We have 1,000 water still. They are still getting some water out of here. This little guy is just keeping that enough to... Wait a second. We lost our contamination there. It's got to be from the brief time period that we were in. We had fresh water in this column. All right, we're going to mark these for cutting. We're going to need another staircase. No. Not there. We need it here. All right, and then can we extend this path? Boosh. We're gonna take out all of these. Will give us a little extra wood as well. All right, 2.7 days. Seems kind of like stupid to pump water here and then throw it in over here, but it's the only thing I can really think of at this stage. Unless we just crush it to get to metal. Do we have any metal even visible on this map? Where's the closest metal? Are you telling me that the... Okay, all right. There is some that doesn't require us to swim the rapids. Okay, but that's still quite high up. Let's see here. We would need to come up into here. And then traverse to here. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Let's start tracking a path to metal. Right? We come up here. Wow, they are being quick today. That, and then we take out this. There's probably a better way to do this, but this is what we are going to do. Right? We need to get... maybe not there. That's like all overhang. We need to... Maybe I should work this backwards. Oh, game. Come on. Like, what is going on with that? That's pretty sad. All right, let's, let's see here. We need to come into here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Letters might be the way to go. Let's try and reverse engineer this a little bit. that's not gonna work. Oh my gosh. That's not gonna work either. Okay. We need ladders. I'm being stumped by this. We need to get from over here, right? Which is on an overhang. So we need to get here. No, that's on an overhang as well. Okay. All right. This tree needs to go. Eee, okay, thank you, game. Which tree was it? It was that one right there. Okay. Then if we do that, and then do we have enough science? We need 250. We do have enough science. Oh, wait, can we use? Wrong spot. Pause. I got too many beavers who have too much time on their hands. Let's do this paused. Okay, then if we go wonk, 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 wonk. And then like that. That'll get us some space up here to do a little bit of stuff. We're going to need at least one lumberjack up here to cut the assorted lumber that's up here in our way. We might as well make use of it. Okay. And then let's get in 250. We do have it, thankfully. We will put him right there, and then we will go ahead and add in a storage for him up there as well. Let's go ahead and get the path marked back. So we've got back. I can't see. Okay, now we can go back. All right, coming over here. We still are in a dearth of fresh water, and we've lost a considerable amount of our crops over here. Same with over here, because there's no fresh water over here. We are not getting anything in there. Over in here. This guy can't reach those. Maybe if we just connect up the paths. Now that we can. Didn't connect up the other one. It's got a tree in the way as part of the reason. Okay, so if we look at this then, we've got a few more things that need to get out of here. If we put in a staircase there, we should be able to do that. Now that I'm looking at this, this is kind of like a nice pathway. I don't know. Do we want to flood it? I think we still do. Because it would extend our green space. We might be able to bring some crops down into here as well. None of this is really completely flat. We could come in here and dynamite some stuff out if we wanted to. All right, Power wise, we don't have like a ton of power right at the moment. We're running into a problem here because we can't get into here without sacrificing a beaver. And the problem is it won't be just one beaver. We need a couple of droughts. As much as I can knock on wood, quick. Oh no. Oh no, water is going down because I think they're starting to get... Seems like they're still okay. Seems like they're still okay. I do think we need to throw in another water pump though. Can we? No, I was trying to hit your... Even with the path, you won't go there. Okay. Never you mind. We'll just rip them out. All right, and you can go away then. I think all the beavers are working on the ladder. Which is good. We're on the mad dash to metal. But I don't see this slowing down anytime soon for us to be able to add in more water wheels to expand our power. Let's see here. We will need a smelter to get to metal. What else do we need? All right, if we want to be able to get to the tube ways to make life easier, that's a lot of science, a lot of metal blocks. A lot of metal blocks. Tubeway station is 20 blocks and 20 gears. That seems a little brutal. Seems a little brutal, not gonna lie. We are running rather low on water. I mean, not super duper low, but we're low enough that I'm a little worried about it going into this drought period. We are still being killed by the bad tide water. So that's slowing down our pumping. I almost think I want to throw in a stream gauge over in here somewhere so that we can see the contamination percentage. Water. Let's go ahead and and there we go. Drought has started. What is that gonna do to us? No. Keep pumping. You pump as long as you can. Oh no! Did I just flood that? I did. Holy... Oh, that was bad. That was really bad. That was like insanely bad. Did I get any beavers? I'm hoping not. Let's see if we can... Can we dilute some of that? What's the contamination rate? 49%. All right, let's see if we can... Oh, that sucks. It was a 10-day drought too. Unconnected building. Building lacks worker. Beaver is injured. Blocked by bad water. Yeah, we know. Well, that little dump took us from 43, I think it was, to 36. So maybe our crops are dying. Harvest. Harvest first, please. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. I mean, it did. We are fluid dumping enough to... All right, let's... I'm going to... No, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to let him fill that. We are probably going to have a water issue, though. Which is not great. Let's go ahead and get this guy connected to the path. Okay. All great. All right, and of course I do that, and then our water is slowing down. Kind of don't want the... Oh, there we go. All right. Pause. Let's put him... Ooh, okay. Thank you, game. Let's put him back to that and that. Okay. Hopefully we'll evaporate out and we've got enough fresh water in there. It's 22% contamination to make the crops stay hydrated. But we've got 7 days. We've got 7 days and 500 water. It says estimated depletion 8 days. That's if we don't add any more water to this. If we don't use up any of that water there for that. That is not cool. Not cool. We've got no power down here, so I am going to go ahead and pause that guy. And then we will go ahead and open that guy. Although we do have a considerable amount. But hey, look at what we got. We can get down in here now. So let's I prioritize this. Right? And let's get in here and get all of these dead trees that are in our way out of here. It's all of them, right? Let's go ahead and while we are here, have them do these ones. We can't get into those ones because those ones are still in bad water, but we will deal with that at another point. We do have a lot of trees left over here that we can still get, and quite a few over in here. We're going to go ahead and demolish that. Very good, very nice. All right, that gives us clear path on all of that. And while we are doing things, why don't we come in here and let them work on that from an easier path. Are we going to be able to fit one more in there? I think we might, but it's probably not going to do as much good. All right, we still have two. Whoopsies. We still have two beavers. We are down to 351 water. Estimated depletion 5 days. That is paused. How much is in there? Still at a 0.5, so. The problem is that it takes 3 days for water to get to us. It takes 3 days for any water to get to us, which is a huge problem. All right, I want to see, can we... we still got bad water in there, which is another problem. We don't have explosives yet, so we can't... dynamite through this thing. Which is in our way. If we want to change something up, we're going to have to come this way. Because honestly, we need to be able to shunt fresh water right smack dab into there fairly quickly. And I'm thinking... Wrong button. All right, if we come down here and we take a peek at that, right there is that blockage. If we put in a levee, let's pause. Let's think this through quick. If we put a levee here, actually, if we put a floodgate here and a floodgate here, right? And then if we put a levee we need to be able to come... Let's just make it easy on ourselves. We're going to have to come up and over this path. We need these berries to go. Okay, then we need... We're going to have to pressurize it. So we're going to need platforms running down the middle of it to hold up how are we going to figure out the contamination level, though? We need to be able to... All right. So let's see here. We will need a, let's do a, actually we have ladders. Let's do a ladder there. Because we're going to need to take out the path there, but until we can get to that point, I don't want to do it. We're also going to need a ladder here to go up and over. Then this way, we need to be able to make it straight across to there. So if we do levy, 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 in order to make this the most convenient, let's go like that. Then if we come straight through there, straight through there, and then we can continue our levees like that, I think. And then if we, this is probably like, you're probably all screaming at me in the comment section. This is overkill. All right, I want to go ahead and I want to high prioritize this removal, that removal, and then this removal, right? I am going to, this is going to be a lot of logs and planks. So many. And we are sitting on quite a few. The problem is going to be they're going to have to be able to get down in there to take out that blockage, which is going to mean we're probably going to have to sacrifice a, no, I think I want to do the other one first. We're going to have to sacrifice a beaver, I think. Which is not what I would normally like to do, but I think we're going to have to. Then if we've got levees across the top of this, do we want us? I think we want another floodgate here. Okay. Then we gotta wait for that to go before we can complete all of that. This right here needs a platform and a levee. Okay, and then we're also going to need these fairly quickly so we can do the reroute. We're actually going to need to extend up another ladder set in order to get completely over that, which is kind of... Maybe we got a... not quite certain there. We'll have to think about that for a second. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and get started again. Yeah, I don't think this is going to get us like right away. I'm almost thinking, can we put the floodgate here instead, so we have the ability to get down in there. If we use a ladder, we could then stick a levee right on top of it. Too far from district. Of course it is. Let's go ahead, and if we extend this path, will they work on those? We also are cutting off our berry gatherers from all of this. Did we not high prioritize? We did. They got those in. All right, we can go ahead and we can finish off our levees on this side. Oh, I'm going to need those out too, aren't I? Gosh darn it. Boosh. And then priority-wise, let's get them taken care of. We got platforms then. Boosh. Okay. I kind of don't think this is needed, but it will help keep it from flooding everything. And there we go. We have our, oops, water back. So let's see. That source right there fills this up. It has to fill up enough to make the pipe fill for this one. Okay. And then this one over here, it's where we're... No, we're not going to demolish the blocking. I wanted to go to that level. Okay. So if we look at that, we focus in on that. If I can get my... Wait a second. Is that even tied into there? Yes. So much bad water in there, though. All right. Let's oh, come back to this layer so that we can see what's going on. It's still saying this is blocked by bad water. We're at 7% on that. We have no water left. We have absolutely no water left. Alrighty. I see the bad water has started to pour there. Bad water has started to pour there. So they are getting some water out of that. Let's get that. We have some very unhappy beavers right now. It is bedtime. Food-wise, we have 1.7K and trout approaching. Joy. Absolute and utter joy. Oh no. Did we? Yes, we did. Let's get this out of here. Up to 500 and some odd. Oh, I didn't even notice that our metal, we had gotten to our metal. That's a good thing. Why do we... Very good, very nice. We're also cutting down that, all the wood up here. Very good, very nice. Okay, that means we need to get a smelter on the go. Where do we want to put a smelter? Let's go ahead and put in... Wondering if we don't just block that so the water goes straight through there. If we put a... levee in, that would make the water go straight through. I wonder if that would give us more power than if we... what's going on here? Come on. Kind of funnel it a little bit more into there. We could do the same on this side and make it have to go more straight on into those. Maybe that will. So for these two are running about 100, 113, 114. Somewhere in there. Maybe if we funnel it a little bit more directly into those spaces, it might do a little bit better. No storage space for planks. We're out of plank storage already? I guess we are. Let's go ahead and throw in another storage unit then. Alrighty. Uh-oh. They're starting to die of thirst. They're starting to die of thirst. And a drought started. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Oh. Oh shit. And now we probably contaminated them. Beaver's unwell. Oh no. Oh no, no. Oh. Oh man. This is not good. Not good. We did do a save at the beginning of the episode, so if we kill everyone off, a lot of thirsty beavers. We have one contaminated beaver. Where is he? Like, why did it do that? Does it not show us the one that is contaminated? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Not good. Oh, and our food got gotted. I mean, we've got a ton of contaminated water in there. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. This is bad. This is super bad. This is super bad. All right. They did take out that stuff. Gosh darn it. I need to, there we go. We need to put in the objects that are, to finish this off. So we need levy. There, and then we need another levy on top of that. Okay, and then we're gonna need levy and levy there. I put these ladders in stupid spots, didn't I? Okay, let's go ahead and do a platform right there. Oh my gosh. All right. We got no water and we got 10 days. Yeah. I hate to say this too, that, 8, 10. We're down 20 beavers and one contaminated. We've got no kits. Yeah. Okay. So what can we do differently in when we reset? First off, we need to, we'll need to redo this. I need to change the settings on these so that they don't close when the drought starts. Let's see here. What else? We're down to 19 beavers and 20 beavers. We'll need to redo this. Well-being is at a -8. Down to 18 beavers. $17 beavers. I wish I could just fast forward. And no beavers. So we did the multiple bad tides in a row, I think, kind of killed us off there. Let's get the little... And though all beavers perished, the river flowed on, their brief existence but a speck of wood dust. How kind of cruel that is. I'm surprised it didn't give you a little flashy message. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it there. And I'm going to say that ran us over time-wise on this episode anyways. But we did have our first colony death on this map. I'm thinking we should have started this particular thing a little bit sooner. It might have behooved us, but I didn't think that it was going to be quite that bad. All right. So our thought process for next time, we'll need to restart this. We will need to redo this. I'm trying to think of what else we did. Oh, the metal. We'll have to get all the way back to the metal. Which honestly, probably not quite as important as maybe this is. But yeah, let's see if we can do it a little bit better in the next episode. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye.